Have you ever wondered what it really takes to build the future? Well, today we're diving deep into Peter Thiel's 0 to 1. It's this incredible guide for anyone who wants to stop just copying what already exists and start creating something completely, totally new.
Thiel kicks things off with a single powerful question. He basically argues that your answer, that's the key to building the future. It's not about repeating what everyone else thinks is true. No, it's about finding a truth that's kind of hidden in plain sight and then having the courage to actually act on it. And that right there, that's the core challenge of 0 to 1. But to get there, Thiel says we first have to deconstruct a few myths that are holding us all back. So let's start with the biggest one. Okay, so the first myth is a biggie, something we're taught from a super young age, that competition is healthy, right? That it's the engine of capitalism and the key to success. Well, Thiel argues the exact opposite. He sees competition as this really destructive force. I mean, think about it. When you're competing, you're obsessed with your rivals, not on creating new value. It just becomes this war of attrition with razor-thin profits, a constant struggle just to survive. A creative monopoly, on the other hand, isn't about crushing rivals. It's about being so uniquely good at what you do that no one else can even offer a close substitute. And that freedom from competition, that's what allows a company to truly focus on innovation and build lasting value. This quote just gets right to the heart of it. Real success isn't about being a little bit better in a super crowded field. It's about creating a whole new category. It's about escaping that brutal war of competition by building something genuinely unique. And this idea of escaping competition, it leads us directly to the second myth Thiel is so keen to bust. The famous first mover advantage. We're constantly told how important it is to be the first one into a new market. But Thiel flips this whole idea completely on its head. He says the goal isn't to be first, it's to be the last. The company that makes that final, definitive improvement in a market, that's the one that captures all the long-term value and gets to enjoy a lasting monopoly. It's kind of like a chess endgame, right? It's not about the opening move. It's all about that final winning position. So how do you actually become that last mover? Well, Thiel is clear that a durable monopoly is no accident. It's got to be built on a foundation of 4 key things. First, proprietary technology that is at least 10 times better than anything else. Second, network effects, where your product just gets more and more valuable as more people use it. Third, economies of scale, making it really hard for others to compete on price. And finally, a powerful brand that people know and trust. Okay, the third and final myth we're going to tackle is this idea that success is just a matter of luck. And this mindset, it leads people to treat their careers and their companies like they're just lottery tickets, hoping their number gets called. Thiel uses this awesome framework to kind of diagnose our modern mindset. He argues that for decades, we've all been living in an era of indefinite optimism. We just sort of believe the future will probably be better, but we don't have a concrete plan for how to make it better. We're just hoping progress happens all on its own. Instead, he champions a return to definite optimism. This is the belief that great things don't just happen. They are designed and built by people with a specific vision and a concrete plan. It's all about agency, about believing you can actively shape a better future. This is such a fundamental shift in thinking. Your future, and the future of whatever you build, it is not a game of chance. It's something that you have to intentionally design and construct piece by piece. So, if we reject mindless competition, and we aim to be the last mover, and we take responsibility for designing the future, what does that actually look like? This brings us to the central idea of the entire book. Thiel defines 2 types of progress. First, there's horizontal progress, or going from 1 to N. This is just copying things that already work. A good example is globalization. You're just replicating a successful model. But then there's vertical progress, going from 0 to 1. This is about creating something entirely new. This is what technology is all about. And this is the ultimate challenge. True innovation, the kind that actually moves the world forward. It's not about making little incremental improvements. It's about that huge vertical leap from nothing to something. It's about creating technology that solves a problem in a way that has never, ever been done before. At the end of the day, Thiel's message is really one of agency. He's challenging us to believe that there are still secrets left to discover and new paths to create. To do that, we have to avoid competition, design a definite future, and build something new. Which brings us all the way back to that very first question. What important truth do you see that very few people agree with you on? Because that answer, that could be your 0 to 1.